I saw it there. Hey, beautiful souls, beautiful sunshine here with the R Holistic Healer, aka Sonia B. So I'm back with a quick prophetic message, and I actually record this, and I actually end up deleting it. Oh my God! Like I was like, no, I got to do this all over again. So anyway, so let me just be quick about it because I don't want this video to be long. So anyway, for those of you new to my channel, I just want to say welcome, and for those of you who returning back, I want to say welcome back. And keep in mind that these energies could be happening right now, a few days from now, a couple of weeks from now, or even next week. So keep that in mind as well too. It just depends on your location on the planet. And if it's message is not resonating with you, but the message is resonating with someone that is within your immediate environment, meaning someone else around you, you know, it could be your kids, your brother, your sister, your father, your mother, your cousin, co-worker, relative, next door neighbor, take it how it resonates. Anyway, and for those of you who do not know, I'm an intuitive, clairvoyant, Hayoka empath who receive divine prophetic messages. I also receive intuitive messages as well as I am here to help assist souls on their spiritual journey during this time. And I warn you of the energies that are at hand, so that way that when the energies present itself to you, you can better know how to navigate the energy, should I say. You know, whether you should go left, whether you should go right, because you already got the warning of what's to come. So anyway, the first dream that I received was, I got the feeling like somebody was like at a, I got the feeling like somebody, okay. I got the feeling like somebody was at like a physical therapy type office. Was it something pertaining to rehabilitating, something pertaining to rehabilitating legs. So this could be actually somebody actually going through something where they're trying to re-strengthening their legs, something pertaining to rehabilitating the legs, because in the dream it showed up as if someone was like at a physical therapist office, but thank you, Spirit. It showed up as if somebody was at like a physical therapy office, but at the same time, it's like this person who shows up at the physical therapy office, this is pertaining to like a feminine energy, like someone obviously feeling like a little uncomfortable, but protecting themselves at the same time. And the reason why I say that is because the woman showed up, but she was in a dress for some particular reason. She was showing up for physical therapy. Most people know when they go to physical therapy, wear some pants or whatever, you know, but in this dream, I guess the reason why she was showing up in a dress, because God wanted me to know that this is dealing with a feminine energy. So if you have been in a situation to where maybe like you're either at a doctor's office or some sort of physical therapy office, and maybe physical therapy is just coming through as just like an example. So even if it's a situation of like a doctor's office, whatever, you know, anything pertaining to someone trying to rehabilitate something, I'm getting like there's a feeling of uncomfortableness, like not really feeling too secure around the person, like the physical therapy practitioner, not really feeling comfortable around them. Because the reason why I say that was because in the dream, like the lady she was coming up to the physical therapy table, but there was like a cover over top of it, you know, like how you have a cover over a car, that kind of cover, but instead it was a cover over the table, but it was black. But then she noticed there was like little flaws, meaning like there was crumbs and some like, some little crumbs of crackers or little crumbs, debris, whatever it was, just little crumbs and stuff in like little seams or cracks of the cover. So basically she took the cover and she shook it, in other words, to kind of shake the crumbs and stuff off. But as she was doing that, he just kind of sat back, kind of like how I'm sitting in this chair, and he just waited for her to finish doing whatever it was that she needed to do. And it's almost like she was clearing the debris and stuff from the table, because obviously he didn't know that there was something there, meaning like it's his table and it's obviously his accumulated debris. But at the same time, it's almost like what I'm getting is he's not even aware of his flaws, should I say. So it's almost like she points out his flaws to him by shaking the cover, in other words. And he just sat there, he watched and he observed. So as she was done, she then proceeded to get up on the table. And then as she sat on the table, because she had a dress on, she took and basically put her hand on her dress like this in between her legs. And you know, once you do that, the dress kind of goes down like this, and then she crossed her legs over as a way to protect herself. So I say all that to say, and then once she did that, he started kind of working on her legs. So I say all that to say, some of you guys may find yourself, whether it be a doctor's office, a physical therapy office, whatever type of office that's pertaining to something that's where somebody is kind of rehabilitating something. Obviously, somebody feels a little insecure in regards to something. And Spirit just bringing to my attention that it could be a situation of a past life situation. And I'll give you a quick example really quick. So, you know, when I had switched dentist office, right, God had revealed to me, like this new dentist that I was going to, he was actually showing me my past life with this dealing with this man from the dentist office, right? And I say all that to say that, you know, there were some things, let's just say that there were some things that were revealed, and it's like, oh, whoa, okay. So I say all that to say, like, you know, God had revealed some things, and I'm not necessarily saying that he is operating like that in this lifetime, but in a past life, he was just like a totally different character. So in this life, he was meant to correct his ways from a past life, if that makes sense. So I say all that to say, if you are somebody who is like a physical therapist or a doctor or somebody who helps rehabilitate people, and if somebody feels uncomfortable around you, just know that it could be for a particular reason, because they obviously may be sensing something within inside of themselves that's telling them that it's almost like putting up a red flag. So if you get that feeling, whether it's somebody that isn't like helping you to rehabilitate in some sort of way, and even if it's just an outside person, it doesn't matter. You know, even if it's like, and I'll use myself as an example because I'm a Reiki practitioner. So therefore, you know, I have a massage table as well too. So this could possibly apply to me too, in regards to, you know, people being a little insecure. Let's just say if they come to me, I haven't had that problem yet, but let's just say if somebody feeling a little skeptical, a little insecure, or just, you know, whatever it may be, it could be something pertaining to some sort of past life events, should I say, your dealings with that other person. And I give you another quick example, really quick. So I went to physical therapy one time, right? And I was trying to choose the physical therapist because for me, it's best that I choose somebody that I feel like will work for my energy, you know, intuitively, based off my intuition. Excuse me, y'all. I'm coming up on Mercury retrograde. Based off my intuition, I will choose somebody that I feel like will resonate at my frequency or whatever. But not only that, but some things are soul lessons too. Meaning, like, if you run into somebody in this lifetime, it could be just for temporarily, for a season, for a minute, for a week or two, whatever the case may be. Well, he was in my life for probably like every bit of probably 7 weeks maybe or whatever, when I was doing physical therapy or whatever. But anyway, I say all that to say, prior to choosing him, God had revealed to me my past life with him, in other words. So that information is kind of, and the way he showed it to me is like, this man went back to some sort of time of, in regards to, like, I got the feeling like plantation, like maybe he was an overseer on a plantation. And I don't mean like to the point where you're looking at roots and everybody was running around dressed like that, because that's not how I was dressed in that. But for some particular reason, in that dream, he was trying to lock me into like this cellar, even though it wasn't underground, but it was like this cellar, some sort of cellar that had a long brick wall in it, that I felt like they used that to kind of keep a person in there, like way tucked off, ducked in the back, that somebody don't even know about, right? That's what I got the feeling, because not only that, but it's like myself as well as my dog. It's like I went in there to investigate to see what was going on, but it's like he tried to lock me up in there, and I bust through the door, should I say. Let me just say that me and my dog had superpowers, because we was running on the side of the wall, right? And running up the wall on the side of the wall. It was like dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. That's how it was. I was like, oh shit. But anyway, so I say all that to say, he tried to lock the doors on me, but in particular, when I bust through the doors and got out of the cellar, should I say, he started dancing. And I don't know if you guys remember like Fifth Element, when Bruce Willis had went to the man next door to him because he was making all that noise, and he disguised himself as if it was like the hallway. He opened up the door, and I think he pointed a gun at him, and then he was like, and he was just kind of doing like this. But anyway, That's kind of like what dude was doing in a sense, like outside the door once I bust through the door. But in particular, his shoes stood out. His shoes stood out. And it's so funny because his shoes was like somebody who was possibly like an overseer. I keep getting that energy, like an overseer, like back during the time of slavery. But it didn't go too far back. Maybe when slavery was kind of, when people were free and they didn't even realize that they were free, in other words. So, but they was still plowing the land and stuff. So it was kind of like that. But again, I wasn't dressed like a slave or anything like that. He was just trying to entrap me and so on and so on. But anyway, to make a long story short, he had these particular shoes on in a dream, and I lied to you not. When I saw him in person, one particular, because I'm always an observant everything. One particular time he came into the physical therapy session and he had on those same exact shoes I saw in the dream. So it was like those old looking type shoes that people would wear, like the little rascals would wear. If you think about those little shoes, they look like little boots, but they was just a little bit more modern or whatever. So I was like, oh shit. But anyway, so God was just showing me how I needed to correct with him, of him not trying to control me in this lifetime or try to lock me away or try to lock me into something, but for me to bust free and not allow anyone to try to oppress, me in any type of way, or, try to take away my freedom, should I say. Because, and I say that to say, because in this walk of life, because he showed me the past life, he was trying to lock me, behind the doors. In this life, he was trying to get me to leave physical therapy when he was ready for me to leave. And I felt like I was ready to go. I was been ready to go. I was tired of being there. So I say all that to say, I had determined when I was going to leave, and he's trying to slide in there. Well, maybe let's try doing it this time. And I was like, and I didn't, normally I would be combative and so on and so on. I was like, no, I'm going to make this my last day, and so on and so on. So basically, sometimes we're being presented with certain situations that we're meant to break the cycle of things or correct something from a past life with someone. So sometimes if you may find yourself being a little uncomfortable with somebody, it could be due to a past life situation. So keep that in mind always as well too. And then not only that, but try not to judge other people's harshly, because they could just be experiencing something where they're on a different timeline as well too, where they're trying to work through and sort out that stuff from that particular timeline, so that way that they can shift on to another timeline. So that's why it's so important to be try not to be judgmental of others and not to judge yourself too harshly as well too. So anyway, the next message that I received also too was I actually heard somebody tell somebody that it's like they was on the phone with somebody, and I stood by the phone to kind of listen to hear what they were saying. Like, I heard them having a phone conversation, and I heard them say that I'm not coming back there, or I'm not coming back. And whatever that means for you, or whatever the case may be, meaning like they're not going backwards. They're not going to do the same thing that they was possibly doing in like 2021, should I say, letting go and not doing the same thing over. They're not revisiting, doing things the old way, should I say, is what I'm getting. It could be different for everybody. Everybody's situation may be different. Somebody may not want to revisit something, maybe that they don't necessarily want to address as well too. So keep it in mind. It's going to be different for everybody. I just heard them kept saying that I'm not coming back. Anyway, so okay, and then this next dream, and I see that they're like little agitations too, things that little things that kind of agitate people is what I'm seeing the consistency of. So in this next dream, it came as if I heard this man coughing out loud, right? Like he was like near this food court. Kind of got the feeling like he was near this food court area, and he just kind of like, he just coughed out in the air, and he didn't have a face mask on. And I don't even know if any of us had a face mask on in that dream, but he was just coughing out loud. But anyway, and then it's almost like as if I had said to him, like you're just gonna cough out in the opening, you're not gonna cover your mouth, he was just gonna cough out in the opening, not cover his mouth. And he's not realizing by him not covering his mouth that, all the other different people that he could be, affecting because he's not covering his mouth in a sense. So basically I said to him, and I told him basically, in a dream, I felt like I was telling him this, but I'm not even sure if this was me telling him this, because I feel like it was somebody else. But anyway, I basically told him that you know, you're not covering your mouth. You see the other people that you kind of affecting or whatever the case may be, and it's like, what if we was sitting here coughing and we didn't cover our mouths? So in other words, I was giving him something to think about, and because I asked him that, it's almost like he was about to respond, and I was like, no, just think about it before you even respond. Just think about what I just said before you respond. It was almost like trying to hold him accountable for his actions in a sense, but I wanted him to think about it before he respond, rather than just being combative or, you know, just trying to debate, should I say. I really wanted him to think about what it was that he was doing, in other words. So just as I said, he was about to, and then I said, no, just think about it before you even say anything. And then that was one dream. So again, I noticed that there are like little agitations here. The crumbs on a table, the feeling insecurity, the I'm not coming back, him coughing and not covering his mouth, you know, which could be a pet peeve for people, because I know this, it don't make sense to me, and I don't even understand why they do it. Because I was in the store just like one day last week, and I saw this man, he literally pulled his face mask down, he coughed in the air, and then he pulled it back up. I was like, what sense does that make? Like, I didn't even get it. If it's anything, I would have sneezed in my face mask, or I would have pulled my face mask down and sneezed in the crack of my arm. I used to deal with children, so therefore I'm always about that chicken wing. Chicken wing it, y'all. Chicken wing it. Anyway, so this next message was, okay, this is another, seemed like another agitation. I saw like this 3 people kind of playing around like on the job, and I saw like a manager, somebody over team lead, overseer, or not overseer, let me not use that term, team lead or supervisor, manager, whoever he was. I saw he could see like through the clear glass windows, like he could see them kind of like cutting up, but then when certain people would come through there, they would straighten up, but then when they kind of leave, they would go right back to playing around again. So I don't know who needs to hear that message, but just know that you're being watched, whether you see it or not. But not only that, but I'm also hearing God say that he's also watching you as well too, because we should always have integrity even when nobody's watching. Anyway, so this last one was very interesting, really quick, and I'm gonna try to sum this up as really quick. But I woke up this morning thinking to myself, oh my God, like, was this supposed to be like a sign of like the rapture or whatever the case may be? Because the way it came to me is this, as Spirit had took me to this Zen garden, right, where they had these koya type fish. You know, if you know what a Zen garden look, if you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google it. It's like the little Japanese setting, I think, the little Japanese Zen garden, but I got a feeling like it's like the little Japanese type houses as well too, because we were standing near a patio, and it's like Spirit was showing me like there was like clothing in the water, right? Instead of fish, they were like clothing, and it's like Spirit was telling me like this is where the souls go so that they can be free. So the clothing was moving around in the water, and to me, water, not to me, but water is a representation of cleansing, and it's a form of cleansing. Yeah, it's a form of cleansing. But anyway, so I say all that to say like the clothing items, because in particular there was a shirt in there, and the shirt was just flowing throughout the water. It wasn't boiled up. It was laying as if you lay a shirt out on the bed right before you wear it, not just tossing it on the bed, but literally laying it out where the arms are out like this, and you know, everything is straight and neat. The shirt was just flowing throughout the clothing was just flowing throughout the little Zen garden. But like I said before, Spirit had mentioned to me that, again, this is where the souls go. Yeah. The shirts and stuff was just floating throughout the, I'm sorry, y'all. Like, I'm sorry, I got caught up with the vision real quick. Let me bring it back home. Anyway, so yeah. Spirit was just bringing to my attention that's where the souls go, when almost like they're at, so they can be free and at peace there, and they was just flowing. Okay, let me end it there because I don't want to get too drawn into that message. But anyway, so Oh yeah, and he also said too, that's how they honor the loved ones. That's how they honor the loved ones who had passed on as well too, by allowing their souls to swim freely throughout the little pond river. So instead of the fish being there, clothing items. And that's the reason why I said I woke up and I was thinking to myself like, okay, Lord, are you trying to tell me that's like the rapture? So I say all that to say, and I'm going to end it on that note. And I just want to say, thank you, Spirit. So I just want to say, with that being said, if you have something that you need to say to someone, if you have any ill will intent towards somebody, if you have any grudges, or if you have any, you know, if you feel like somebody have done you wrong, reach out and have a conversation with them. You don't have to reach out and have a conversation with them to be friends or to be kumbaya, because I know for me, going into the 2020 year, I told myself I just wanted to, if I had an issue with somebody, I wanted to address it. And I made sure that I did just that. You know, I made sure I did just that. So I say all that to say I was at peace with my decision making and try to basically, and even though I didn't do anyone wrong, should I say, I just felt like I never expressed how I felt about certain things of being done wrong, should I say. So with that being said, I basically, rather than to hold it inside, I basically spoke my truth and said what I needed to say to other people, because right now, as this last dream that I just gave, it was almost like Spirit was telling me back then, you know, nobody's guaranteed today or tomorrow. So it's almost like, say what you need to say now and say it in a peaceful way to where y'all can agree to disagree, you know. And if the other person can't see their ways, and you know, if the other person can't see their ways, then, you know, there's nothing you could do about it. You made peace about it and you cleared yourself from it. Okay. So I say all that to say, if there's somebody that you need to have a conversation with, even if it's, even if you feel like, if there's somebody that you need to have a conversation with, and take it how it resonates. So please don't listen to me, but do it based off what you feel like, because, and the reason why, thank you, Spirit, because the reason why Spirit's saying that some of you may already feel this way, but you have not said anything yet. So this would only be a confirmation. This is not me telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what I was being divinely guided to do. This is I'm sorry, let me hurry up because this battery's about to turn off. So this is a matter of, this is a confirmation of what you know you should do. And by speaking up, and again, because just with me seeing this dream in regards to the clothing item, you know, of getting a sense of it being like a rapture. Again, we have a day and a specific time when we all were born into this earth at different times. And we also have a specific time that we feel contracts when coming into the earth, as well as when we leave the earth. So nobody's guaranteed today or tomorrow. So it's a matter of making peace with the situation. You know, it's a matter of making peace with the situation. That way you clear yourself from any type of karma that rolls over into another lifetime. So anyway, I'm gonna end it there. But with all that being said, I wish you all much love, much light. I say peace and blessings. And remember, just an advice, keeping God first and foremost in your heart, mind, body, soul, and spirit will always give you a solid and a firm foundation, and it'll give you a peace of mind. And just and trusting in Him will just make your yoke and your burden much lighter. So with anyway, you guys have a beautiful weekend. Until the next prophetic message, I say peace and blessings. Bye.